A tornado came around the room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. Usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed a tear, girl, they roll. And I'm thinking about you, you know. I've been thinking about you, you know, no, no. I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you, do you? I think so far ahead.
So I'll be talking with
I've been
Ginger.
thinking about
All right, peace, family. Today, let's go over moon phases of the moon that correspond to the phases of the goddess, moon magic that can be done on different phases, and the wheel of the year. So the phases of the moon are the new moon, the waxing crescent, the first quarter, the waxing gibbous. Waxing is when the moon is getting bigger. Then we have the full moon, the waning gibbous, the last quarter, and the waning crescent. And waning is when the moon is getting smaller. You also have a dark moon, and the dark moon is basically the 24-hour period before the new moon. So this is the type of moon magic that can be done during the phases of these moons. Okay, so starting with the dark moon, one can do deconstructive magic, melanin magic, shadow work, chaos magic, curses, banishing, soul searching, and divination. During the waxing crescent, one can do constructive magic, laws of attraction. You can also tie in like the wheel of the year for certain Sabbats, what and whatnot during S-bats, and also you can tie in astrology, the astrological signs, and you can also tie in the Kabbalah, because the Kabbalah ties in with basically everything because it deals with the tree of life. So like for like wealth, success, luck, and friendship. During the first quarter, one can deal with creativity, doing divinations, calming, strength, and growing. Basically, more shadow work, going within, and kind of like cleansing yourself out. Also, kind of like shedding off new things, what and when not, and fasting, things of that nature. You might want to do water magic, do affirmations and speak over the water, and certain type of mantras and things of that nature. During the waxing gibbous, you could do things for motivation, attraction, success, and good health. During the full moon, you can do love magic, charging, like charging up your crystals, your tarot cards, your magical tools, or anything else you want to charge up. You might want to charge up some full moon water, when and not for a ritual that you might want to do, and bless it. You might want to draw down the moon. Drawing down the moon is something that we do on S-bats, and the S-bat is basically a gathering of witches during the full moon. When and not, Sabbats are basically holy days for pagans. You can do banishing, cleansing, and clarity. So even for the dark moon and the full moon, some of the same magic can be done, because remember, you're dealing with the polarities and the opposites. During the waning gibbous, you can do relinquishing, undoing bindings, cleansing, and undoing curses. During the last quarter, you could do breaking bad habits, relinquishing, breaking curses, and banishing. And during the waning crescent, you could do balance, spells for success, obtaining wisdom, so like divinations and things like that. Maybe studying your natal birth chart, your astrology, your numerology, your chakras, and things of that nature. Because the chakras also tie into this as well. Illness and things of that nature, healing spells. So let's keep it moving. So the phases of the goddess are, for the new or the dark moon, it represents the crone. And the goddesses that you can work with is Morgan, Nephis, Sedna, Hel, Saradwin, Hecate, Lilith, Baba Yaga, Kali, etc. And the intentions can be shadow work for protection, divinations, banishing, meditation, journaling, introspection. The crescent moon represents the maiden. So the goddesses that you can work with, or some of the goddesses that you can work with, are Diana, Artemis, Flora, Persephone, Aphrodite, Freya, Ishtar, Hathor, or Hathor, Oshun, etc. And for the intentions can be manifesting goals, setting new goals, what and whatnot, to attract new things, beauty, love, youth, independence, and strength. During the full moon, it represents the mother phase. So the goddesses, or some of the goddesses that you can work with, are Aset or Isis, Demeter, Yemaya, Selena, Breed or Bridget, Gaia, Kuan Yin, etc. And the intentions can be for purification, saying thanks, celebrating your accomplishments, letting go, and getting rid of things. So this is basically the pagan wheel of the year that most pagans and witches celebrate, starting with Yule, which is the winter solstice. In bulk, it's kind of like our paganistic Groundhog's Day, because in the old world, instead of when the groundhog came out and saw a shadow, you know what I'm saying, or if he didn't see a shadow, it wasn't time yet. Well, back in the old days, or in the old religion, it represented the old hag. If the old hag came out and couldn't see her shadow, then it wasn't time for, spring, when and when not. So that goes into Ostara, which is the spring equinox. So that's basically the beginning of spring, dealing with rebirth, fertility, rabbits, chocolates, and things of that nature, because the deeper science is that rabbits represent fertility, eggs are a thing of life and rebirth, what and whatnot. Chocolates are an aphrodisiac, so it represents like a sexual potency. Beltane, we have Letha, which is midsummer, which is the summer solstice. You have Luganasa or Lammas. You have Mabun or Maban, which is the fall solstice, and you have Samhain, which is basically the Day of the Dead, when and when not, or celebration of the ancestors, or Day of the Ancestors. Basically, celebration of life and really not death. Even though we celebrate death, but death equals transformation. So it's really a celebration of life, which would be their Halloween. So let's see some pagan altars. This is a paganistic altar for Yule. I kind of like it. It's pretty beautiful. Something simplistic, but yet powerful. Then we have a paganistic altar for Imbolc. And as you can see, that's a Celtic cross. Then we have a paganistic altar for the spring equinox, representing Ostara. And as you see, they have the eggs in the different colors of spring, when and whatnot, which are like soft tone colors. And the eggs represent, fertility, the rebirth of life. Then we have a Beltane altar. And then the last altar I'm going to show is one for Lethas. But other than that, peace to the family. Please like and subscribe to the channel. 1.